guys, it's your own boy, the one and only Great Dane, back with day 896 Star Drop opening. And as you guys can probably tell, we're doing things a bit differently today because I have not gotten my 6 daily wins yet. So as you guys can probably tell by now, or at least most of you, I think if you're paying attention, is I did not play for the 6 wins yesterday because I was busy getting to the top spot globally in Squad Busters. And again, I think I'm gonna leave a link to the post I put out already. Again, you might have seen it already before I even uploaded this video, but essentially it's a poll asking you guys if you think I should attempt to stay at the top of the global leaderboard or just keep playing casually and let some other people take over. Again, like I said in I think it was at least 2 previous seasonal reviews, I did want to make it to the top of the global leaderboard, but again, as I said, only really for a day. I mean, just being able to make it for the sake of saying that I made it is pretty amazing. And again, as I've been progressing, I'll say I think it took about at least a week, and obviously I needed to grind the season before to even get to the point where I wouldn't be behind on trophies to start the season. Is throughout the entire process I have been improving my gameplay, I'll say, my strategy, right, in matches, and it's even the last 100 trophies I grinded to get to the top of global, my strategy changed at least a little bit once again. And again, I'm gonna make a pretty, I think, funny meme about it. I'll post it whenever I get around to it. It's gonna take a while to edit, though. I have an idea for it, and yes, I am still trying to come up with Squad Busters type content in 2026. Absolutely crazy, right? But anyway, again, you guys can let me know in the comments of this video or by using the link to the poll and voting on what you guys think I should do in terms of Squad Busters or just any game in general. Again, you can always just comment whatever you want, of course. But I'm going to reiterate because yesterday's video seemed to get less views, and I wanted to try something. I want to see what happens if I posted a video without giving it a specific time at which it would post, and by not giving it a, I want to call it a preview. I forget what they call it. It's almost like the 5-minute trailers I have at the start of my videos when they first publish. And it ended up doing worse, and I think the main reason for that is because if you post without setting an exact time for posting, YouTube doesn't seem to send out the notification for that. So obviously I did still upload the video yesterday, but I don't think you guys are seeing that as much. And again, I have plans to start working back on my Discord as well, thanks to that other Brawl Stars Star Drop opening YouTuber now again. And you guys don't have to tell him, right? I have a feeling his second video ended up getting 30 views, which is pretty similar to the amount that mine gets, so I have a feeling you guys actually did act on that and helped get his video at least a few more views. And again, starting is always the hardest part, so if it's anything like me, I hope it doesn't take him 10 years to get to the amount of progress on YouTube that I have, right? Especially if you're starting older, so time is of the essence when it comes to this sort of thing, and I always think it's better to build a channel slowly with a dedicated audience than blow up one day and then, you know, everything in life usually ends up going horribly wrong if you're not careful, and there's plenty of examples of that, unfortunately. But again, I'll reiterate because I don't think enough people saw yesterday, and I'm still getting friend requests even in this video. You can see in the green circle in the top right corner here. But essentially, if you guys were on my friends list before, you know my rule was, if you've been offline for 2+ days, you're getting the boot on my friends list. But again, because Squad Busters is slowly decaying, I have decided that anyone who friends me in Squad Busters gets a free pass onto my friends list. And in order to make room for that, I do have to, unfortunately, set trophy limits and start kicking Brawl Stars players off my Brawl Stars friends list, assuming they don't also play Squad Busters. And right now I'm up to about 60,000 trophies, believe it or not. So again, I think that gets rid of most regular players even. So again, when Squad Busters does go down, I'll eventually get rid of the people on my friends list that don't even play Brawl Stars, because, you know, it's kind of weird to keep them on there. But as of right now, I am prioritizing Squad Busters. So if I either delete you off my friends list by mistake and you do play squad, or you just want to be on my friends list without having to grind a ridiculous amount of trophies in this game, just make sure to go open up Squad Busters. I'm pretty sure you can still just download it from the store, or if not, you can find it APK, the most recent version. Again, it's not like they're going to update it anymore now, right? So download that. Make sure you connect your Supercell ID to your Squad Busters account and send me a friend request again. You'll get back onto my friends list regardless of how many trophies you have in Brawl Stars, or again, if you just don't even play Brawl Stars at all, of course, just send me a friend request in the game. I'll make it work somehow. Eventually, obviously, I am going to run out of space for friends regardless, so obviously it's going to be first come, first serve. And I will also say there are some people on my friends list that don't necessarily qualify for the requirements that I'm stating but are still on my friends list. That's because, again, it is an actual friends list, and I still prefer to have at least some friends on my friends list, and again, they're still coming in. That's what's going to happen when you make it to the top of the leaderboard, even if it's in a dying game. And again, I hope that people are friending me more so because they found out about my channel. And again, you guys have to look to the post before the post about the poll. I put a separate post out talking about a change I just recently made in Squad Busters, and if you guys aren't paying attention in game, you'll see it when I do the Squad Busters season review. But again, I've been talking a lot and this video's already going on pretty long, so what I want to do today is, first of all, the daily streak, day 305. I got a reward of 100 bling. Obviously you guys can't see it because it forced me to claim it right away. Again, I could have probably held out on it until afterwards. Again, I did figure out that way to delay getting the daily rewards, at least before I started doing the videos at 3 a.m. or I'm still trying to. Obviously I'm recording later today, but that's because I was up late last night getting to the top of the Squad Busters leaderboard. So again, this video is going to be a bit longer. It's going to take me a little longer to upload. It's going to come out a little later today, but again, we'll see if I can't get back to 3 a.m. tomorrow. And again, just depending on what you guys say on the poll and in the comments about Squad Busters is going to determine a lot on how I move forward here. So if I don't get much interaction at all, obviously I'll just make my own decisions. But I think I'm going to start by hopping over to the shop here, and we have Firewing Janet at a pretty okay discount. Again, I wouldn't buy it for gems if you can get it for free, but we also have Super Ranger Brock Yellow. Again, how long has it taken to get these skins for bling, or at least on a bling discount? I mean, that feels like forever ago, but I'll certainly pick this one up. I have enough bling. I've been saving up waiting for these deals specifically, so in my opinion, this is probably the best use you can have for your bling right now, is just buying these 4,000 bling epic skins, plus, you know, they're epic, so they're always going to be pretty cool anyway. So we got Super Ranger Brock Yellow, the Max Force set. Comes with an icon and pin. Pretty cool pin. We have a gem offer, it's alright. Daily preview 5 credits as well as 15 coins. And again, I'll just say right now, as of today, I have 300 XP doublers and 213,279 power points. Again, no one has really said whether or not they want me to keep stating those values, so again, until someone does, I'm just going to keep doing it. Obviously, you guys can see what I have, but I don't know, if you're blind and you watch these videos somehow, I don't even know, can I even call it watching if you're blind? How are you watching these if you're blind? How did you find these videos if you can't see? I don't know. Maybe someone shared them with you. But anyway. So, I also want to show off here. I have a special mega... Well, I can't confuse Mega Quest and Special Quest because they're both independent things. So I guess I actually got to call them by their names. I have a Mega Quest for dealing damage. I could switch it out with... defeat enemies or win battles. Again, it's only for coins and XP doublers, so I don't really care too much. I'll just get it on my own time. But we also have a heal points of health and love bombing, so I'll probably open that up in tomorrow's video. I just want to show off that it exists. And if we hop into the mode selection, we used to have, of course, love bombing for 5 more days. So again, despite it being a bit earlier in the season, it looks like love bombing is going to go away, which means we'll have to get our extra love boxes in some other way, or we'll just start getting less love boxes, unfortunately, but we'll have to see what happens. Again, they could keep recycling the bosses if nothing else. Again, I don't know, we'll just have to see. But I think the only skin left for them to do as a boss would be Baddie Alley, and I'm really not sure. I mean, I've been kind of pleasantly surprised, especially with Heartbroken Rico. If you saw, I think it was yesterday's video, right? It was either yesterday or the day before, I can't remember which one I fought this boss, but him having 3 stages out of nowhere I thought was pretty cool, going from heartbroken to revenge mode, if you will, getting heartbroken and angrier. And I thought that was kind of nicer than having the clock where the boss gets angrier over time, because good players are just going to defeat him before he gets angry anyway, so, well, I mean, that is up to impossible. Once you start going to, like, impossible 16 or whatever, all bets are off unless you find some broken strategy, right? But for my 6 wins, I'm going to be playing through Mega Brawlentine's Angelo here. And I will say we also have Mega Pig coming up, and of course Hypercharge Unleashed is still here, but I'll cover the rest of the modes in a second. So, I will point out this map does have quite a bit of water. I don't know if Angelo is going to stay on the water. If he is, this is going to be really unfortunate, because I'm probably just going to have to sit in the corner or something and do nothing. And there's more friend requests. But I don't know if there's... I don't know why it doesn't show in the preview. Are there going to be power cube boxes on this map? I don't know. But again, I will try with Edgar this first time and we'll see what happens. Alright, we're back with the first win. I have a demon drop here. Demon drops, I guess. We'll get there. Starting with 50 bling. And the first win of the challenge. For the super rare of 100 coins. Again, I'm definitely going to have to switch over to Let's Fly, because as you guys know, it takes even longer to charge your super and boss modes. But I think I have to show you guys this battle. And let me check the club chat quick. I think it's still in here. I shared it. You guys are asking for gameplay. I'm trying to shove in as much as I can, even though it is making the videos just a bit longer. I'm going to show you guys this savage clip here. Again, yet another crazy double kill play. I forget exactly when it happens, but there, it's right at the start at least. But and I have Sam here. Get a crazy pull super bomb here. Savage. Alright, but I also have to show you guys the boss battle. Don't make the same mistake that I did. This one's pretty crazy. My teammate here got mad at me, but I didn't know any better. I forgot that the supercharging takes even longer, so I'm probably have to share this one with the club chat as well. But again, the issue is the boxes are over water, so I still want to jump to them with super. But as you guys can see, I end up getting stuck over on the corner, and I have to wait an absurdly long time to actually end up getting my super back. Again, I got lucky that the Angelo boss at least comes over to you to fight you, so I was able to charge super and at least get off the square stuck there, but I actually got my teammate stuck. So again, you gotta be careful with this map, guys. Again, I still think Edgar is a decent choice, but you're definitely not going to want to be running the shield. I don't think you're probably going to need it anyway, as long as you can get the cubes. And again, we end up winning, of course, but again, maybe don't trap your teammates on the side of the map. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'll try it with the gadget charge ability here, and hopefully this goes better, but let's see. Alright, we're back with the second win star drop. Super rare. And a super rare of 50 power points. Rare. And a rare of 25 power points, nothing too crazy. Again, playing with a B there, I can't help but trap them on the corner if they die. I mean, they gotta know better, right? Why are you playing these brawlers on this map? But again, this gadget is working at least a little bit better, and it still takes pretty long, but at least it's nice that the Angelo boss will come over and get close enough to you that you can punch him to charge your super faster, but it still takes a while, and it's pretty annoying that this boss for some reason has infinite gadget. I'm trying to remember what it was called, so if we look here, it's epic, right?
Finally, some drama.
He has infinite stinging flight, and not only that, but he apparently shoots off arrows every single time he does it. So if you're playing Edgar, I mean, it seems really good though, because if he's constantly using Stinging Flight, he's also not shooting his regular attacks. So he's doing less damage. So I do think Edgar's good, but it's very hard to get to the boxes, unfortunately. Again, I'm going to keep going with it, and we will see what happens. But yeah, okay. Alright, we're back with the third win. We have the Demon Drop, 100 coins, and the third challenge win. Super rare. And the super rare of 100 coins. And actually, I ended up having Edgar as a teammate as well, so that was pretty interesting. Again, it's already starting to get to the point where Edgar's healing regular without the cubes is getting pretty difficult to sustain, especially if Angelo shoots his 3 charge shot. Again, this Angelo has the mutation ability essentially, and infinite gadgets, and his arrows bounce off the walls. This is pretty crazy actually. Again, it might be better to play Colt, but at the same time, then you're not going to be able to get the boxes, so I don't know, you could play Angelo yourself, I guess? I'm trying to think if there's any decent brawlers. I mean, Shade, maybe, but then you're not going to really be able to out-heal him, and you have to get close to even deal the damage. Do we even have it? Maybe Eve? I think Eve could be pretty good here, I guess. It's probably your best option as a brawler that can walk over water. I can't really think of, well, I say walk, I guess it's technically flying over water with Eve, but of all the brawlers that can go over water, that's probably the best. Again, obviously you have the other brawlers that can technically jump or find a way over, like maybe Cordelius or something, but I don't know, it's tricky, but I'm going to keep going with Edgar because I think it's funny, if nothing else. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're back with the fourth win. We have the Daily Star Drop. Rare. A rare 50 coins. Epic. As well as an epic of 100 power points. Okay. Again, I end up having an M's there, but it's pretty decent. And again, from what I'm noticing, Angelo shots aren't really too hard to dodge regularly, so I think it's actually more difficult to play Edgar. So if you like a challenge, you have to wait really long to get between the boxes. But if you can get a few boxes, I'd say up to 8 power cubes, you're going to be in a really good spot. But if you don't have at least 4, you might even just die to the boss damage straight up. So again, I'm going to keep going with it because, again, I think this is interesting, but let's see what happens. Alright, back with the 5th win. We have another Demon Drop. 242 XP doublers, and the boss reward 5th win. Epic! We have an epic of 50 bling. And again, this is getting really tricky, and I'm getting the wackiest teammate brawler choices ever. Again, I actually lost once with Shelly, and then we got Buster and just barely won, and that was only because I was able to get all of the cubes, even though we're in rage difficulty. Again, this boss does have the rage mechanic where it gets more difficult as time goes on. So again, I'm gonna try impossible with this. I think it's actually better if the Angelo boss gets near me, so I can attack him to charge super and get off that one 4x4 square faster. But again, let's see if I can actually do this with Edgar. Alright, we're back with the 6th win. We have our chaos drop. Let's see what we have.
2 super rare.
2 super rares, 50 power points, and 100 coins. And we have the chaos drop from the challenge 6 win. So again, let's see what we have.
Super rare.
Another super rare, 50 power points. So again, really nothing too crazy, but and it was kind of fun playing through. Again, I will show you guys just how many attempts it took to get through impossible difficulty here. Let's count it up, shall we? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it took 13 attempts to clear this successfully. Again, with 2 Edgars, I ended up getting all the cubes. Again, if you did want to win with Edgar, I don't recommend playing 2 Edgars, obviously, because you only want 1 Edgar having all the cubes anyway. And so what I'm figuring out here is, if you're playing Edgar, once you get to impossible difficulty and even insane, the Stinging Flight, I believe that's again the name of the gadget, that the Angelo boss seems to have infinite of, he can do it so fast every single time he lands. It starts doing way more damage than Edgar can heal. So essentially, you actually have to run away from the boss, believe it or not, even as Edgar, because the stinging flight just does way too much damage, and you definitely don't want to be standing in his poison circle spawns if you don't have to. Those things, the big ones do about 300 damage, but I think even the smaller ones do as much as 1,000 a tick or something. Like, he does a lot of damage. This is probably the hardest boss so far. I still think Rico's my favorite just in terms of mechanics, but this is not an easy boss by any means. But if you wanted to successfully do it with Edgar, I would highly recommend that you have someone playing Gale with the jump pad gadget, so you can have the Edgar use the jump pad to get across and then use his super to get back out way quicker than having to wait on the boss to do that. So that's how I would do it. Again, I don't even know if Edgar is really the best play here. You might actually be a lot better off with Eve, but unfortunately the hatchlings from the super aren't going to do you all that much good, obviously, with all the water, at least for the most part from what I'm seeing. So again, I would recommend playing either Eve or Angelo himself if you want to easily beat this boss. Again, the shots aren't too hard to dodge, and I think you would actually have a lot of success playing Angelo with the speed on water super, or I guess they call it star power, right? The what is that called? Let's go check quick. Very, very rarely do I ever end up using this star power. If you use flow, I think on this would actually be pretty great. But yeah, again, that was fairly interesting boss. Definitely got to be the most difficult so far, so hopefully you guys have a better time with it. Again, I would, if you're going with the water brawlers, use probably Angelo or Eve, and if you're going with the Edgar strategy, I would have at least hopefully a Gale with the jump pad gadget, but otherwise you're gonna have a really hard time just being able to do it by yourself, at least if you're going for the cubes, which you're probably going to want to, because Edgar doesn't do the craziest amount of damage on this Angelo boss, especially since you can't even get that close to him at higher difficulties without getting wrecked yourself. But if you look at the rest of the map modes today, we have Basketball Pocket Pass, Brawl Hockey H's for Holiday, Wipeout 5v5 Frosty Tracks, and Brawl Arena the Smack Dome. Again, now that I've reached global on the Squad Busters leaderboard, we have about a week left of rank, so I'm definitely going to hop into that as well still, again, at least casually play Squad Busters, depending on how you guys vote. So, of course, let me know, did you guys get anything good from your daily 6 wins? Did you get anything good from the Brawlentine's boss? And of course, let me know what you think of the boss in general, and what the best strategies here are. I'd love to hear them, because this is a fairly interesting map and boss. And of course, make sure to click on the link I'm going to leave in the comment section to vote on the poll, again, on what you guys think I should do. But other than that, again, I've been having a lot of fun, and glad things are finally starting to work out here. So I have some more friend requests to accept and some more people to kick off my friends list. Again, make sure to friend me in Squad Busters if you want to stay on my friends list for now. Or again, just have a lot of trophies in the game, but I can't promise everyone that doesn't play Squad Busters won't get kicked off my friends list at some point unless I actually know them. So yeah, other than that, let's see how far I can take this, guys.